Start streaming. What? Oh yeah, we are live from downtown Millbay. Okay, and then anybody who wasn't here first thing, because I don't know, they're in an accident or they're late. What did they miss? I'm going to quickly go off. They missed this, so they can pause it. Question 1, question 2, 3, 4, question 5, question 6, question 6B, C, D, most of D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the rest of D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We started doing incomplete dominance, fill in the notes. We did these crosses, and I'm going to go around and check everybody's work now and put it up afterwards. But currently we're working on this question. Great, now if you weren't here and you're listening, you know what we're doing. So I'm going to come around and take a look at your work.
So a question though. Green has incomplete dominance over blue?
Blue, yes.
So green is like more dominant.
No, well,
in this case.
it's like, yeah. In the same way that red and pink, red and white make pink.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Label the traits. Because one of the things, the reason I said draw little flowers, you don't have to, you just label pink or white or red, is because I want to emphasize the difference in the traits. Label the traits. If you didn't draw the flowers, just label the traits, just so because I want to emphasize the difference in the dominance type. That'll be the same.
Does that even make sense? You need 2 upper B's in total.
Okay.
Both
Just label the traits in here.
Heterozygous, like it doesn't need to be.
No, I mean like
Label the
one
traits.
of these 2 on each side.
Yeah.
One is one parent.
There you go. Put away your laptop.
That's what I'm struggling with.
Pardon?
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be.
No, but like it's really not a secret.
You don't have to be.
I just had one of those awkward social things where you're about to say it and you go, why am I saying it? Maybe I should
Even
just
if they're
throw it
both
over.
heterozygous, I don't think it
Like
works.
it's not a big deal.
Oh yeah, you're right.
BB.
No, this is Saturday. I think
This
it's
gives
21
me
days.
brown. Brown.
Yeah, oh, right. Maybe I should have kept it secret.
Brown. Brown.
Is it? Oh, I like the grandma better.
Brown. Green.
Oh, I'm just looking for. Yep. Put in the colors there, just so I emphasize, but it looks like you got it. I don't know. That's why I want you to tell me.
Brown's really on and then green is dominant. Green's dominant. I think.
It's a bit confusing.
Yeah, green's completely dominant.
But wouldn't that make a different color?
I'm just saying it's green.
Even if it is green, I don't think
Yeah, but I want you to know. I don't want.
Yeah, I got the green.
I want you to.
Are we allowed to add?
Best, most realistic explanation, given a set of facts. That is absolutely real. That is absolutely real. You finally found an up-to-date picture. But Jojo, I'm a little worried that you're not doing the puzzle for genetics. Yes, I did. Yeah. I called out your name too. Now you weren't here. To be honest, when I walked over,
I can't find a way to make one of blue.
Because if
Green and one
there's
brown.
already 2 brown,
Parents.
if they both have brown eyes,
Blue?
3 will all.
Can we make 3 boxes? Like,
you can make as many things as you want, but a Punnett square only has 2 parents. So make more than one Punnett square if you want to try out different conditions.
Could we do like more than 1 row? Because
yeah.
each have.
This new. I tried it with.
You can't make. Why would you need more than one row?
No, I mean
Come
like.
here. Noof.
Okay, I'll come and take a look at me.
Oh, do them. I'm thinking it's either brown, green, and then
Are
blue.
you sure
Put in the
both
tray.
parents are brown? What?
Oh, like
No,
which are red, pink, or and I was gonna say blue. Is that one way?
Ooh.
So like is that one red or pink or white?
I want graphic straws.
red.
I was
is
about
that-
to say, what about born at the same time?
Oh,
but
this
like,
one.
can't
Hey, yeah, so just write them in if you're not gonna go to flower. A little
I
second.
did.
But like,
Okay.
No, you did, yeah, let's compare it. Is that one? Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
And if you want to
But
make
also the offspring, the children.
yeah.
Oh, I'm not giving you the answer, but you can try, yeah. Yeah, why do you wanna put it in another row?
Okay, hear me out, okay?
Yeah?
So this is the what happened. EB
Yeah.
and BB. One each parent, one is the capital B because both are brown eyes. And to make blue one, you need lowercase b, lowercase b.
Mm-hmm,
And G and B is green,
mm-hmm,
but how do you make blue?
mm.
You can't make blue.
I'm not giving you the answer, I want you to come up with the best explanation.
Well, what? They're not the father.
Best explanation, you need, write it out, show me what happened.
Was an orphan.
Adopted.
Okay, I think I've gone around. While you're working on it, I'll give you I'm going to put the answer on so it's recorded and you can check. But I think everybody has it now. Let's,
That's my answer.
infinite cloner. Infinite cloner.
The only one I can think of is how maybe
Infinite cloner.
I can get the brown and green. I think it was blue.
Sound effects.
he likes me. I don't think the solution makes sense. As a kid adopted. No, it really does.
Dominant is like very.
Dad, there's something he hasn't taught us. Or the kid's adopted.
Yeah.
The BB, it has to be like one of the browns becomes like a. Yeah, I got it.
CRISPR.
Ooh.
It's all CRISPR.
If we replace
CRISPR.
parents' genes with CRISPR, and when the next child, it changes child's genetic code.
No.
You could no, that could be an option. I don't know how mutations work, so
What was for the F2, what was the phenotypic ratio?
100%.
But for the F2,
2, 1, 1.
F2, what was the phenotypic ratio? I wanted the ratio of the F2. What was the phenotypic ratio of the F2? Yes? 3 to 1. Nope.
What? What are you talking about?
Julian?
There's 2 pinks, 1 white and 1 red.
2 pinks, 1 white, 1 red. So it is a 1 to 2 to 1 ratio. What is the genotypic ratio?
1, 2. Oh. I think I said that one right.
Is that one?
Which is?
1 to 2.
1, 2. Yeah, if you're confused, I'm not talking about the F1 because the F1's easy. I'm talking about the F2. The F2 is this one, right? And so the main thing for incomplete dominance is that they're the same. The only thing that differs is what we're talking about. So phenotype ratio, this could be white, pink, red, and this is lowercase r, upper, lower, upper, upper.
Here's the other question, no, dude.
Yeah, we can turn to the question. Shall we turn to the question?
Come on. Doesn't make sense.
How do you tell if it's incomplete dominance or just
Well, this is a good question. Let's go just before we begin, because we're trying to worry, like, what is it? Let's go through all the different combinations and just talk about their traits. So we've got BB, we've got BG, we've got BB, and we've got GG, and we've got no capitals, here, lowercase. And then we have BG. So what would we expect to see for that? Huh.
Those don't work, 'cause they're-
What is BG? Right. What is BB? Right. What is GG? No, it's Julie.
Ha, ha, ha.
Julie G. Okay.
You're such a joker, dude.
I know.
Incomplete documents.
What does blue and green make?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know
Like
colors.
literally, what does blue and green make?
Like
Turquoise.
turquoise.
Aqua,
Just say the first.
turquoise.
I mean, green is really
You still can't do it though.
Maybe one.
Wait, is that
No. What?
Okay, let's go to the expert. Obviously, is ChatGPT.
Tell me the
How
answer.
do you even do it?
What
The child
do you
adopted.
get if you mix
Wait, ask for the answer.
equal amounts of blue and green? Teal. So teal, we'll go with teal. That's a house color. Yeah. Mermaid. Allard.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, technically, that's why they're also privet, because they have blue. Yeah.
It's Privet Allard. It's just
Okay, so first Punnett Square. Does anybody believe they have the answer and they want to do the? Okay, go. What are the parents in the scenario?
uppercase B, lowercase b,
Okay,
and lowercase b and lowercase g?
so these are the two parents. Let's
Lowercase
double check
g,
the parents.
lowercase
Two
g.
parents, both with brown eyes.
Actually, lowercase g.
That's still impossible.
Still possible. You need the parent. Which one can only be the parents?
BB, BG, and BB. Like,
Those are the only possible parents
dude, can I give my explanation?
because they all have brown eyes. None of the other ones are brown.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Can I give mine?
No, you have to give me a Punnett Square.
Okay, B, capital B, lowercase b,
Okay.
and
Cap-
capital B, lowercase g. Actually, no. Give me a capital B and capital B instead of capital G.
Where's the then you
That?
have green.
No, and then the second one's cap. Hear me out. The lowercase, that one changes to lowercase.
This?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But then
I was just confused for a moment. Well, I think you confused
So
me. I'm
we
gonna
get
blame you.
brown-
Okay.
we
Okay.
get brown and blue.
Let's put it together.
Where's the green? Well, incest is the answer.
Incest is best. Keep it in the family.
Well, no, you can't. Incest isn't even an option here.
No, it's not an option.
I was gonna say.
It should. Just to be clear, it should never be an option.
Wait.
Okay. Let's
Could I
see.
make it an option?
I am checking your tail. We have two parents, both with brown eyes. Do both of these have brown eyes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They have 3 children. One child has brown eyes. Does this explain that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
There's one.
We have 3 things with brown eyes. Is that a possible combination? Yes. Another has blue eyes. Does this explain that? Yeah, that makes sense. And a third has green eyes.
Couldn't you do like uppercase B, lowercase b, uppercase b, lowercase g?
That would make teal.
Okay.
Then you don't have
No. Let's. We got it. We got another one. So we got uppercase B, lowercase b. Did you say? Uppercase B, lowercase g. Okay, let's work it out. You can't extend a square. That's not a thing. Stop that. Well, you extend it when you have more genes. Okay, let's put it together.
Another solution is
Hmm?
you should ask ChatGPT.
After I'll do that. BB,
Brown,
B, 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 G,
brown,
B, G.
teal.
So this is explain the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, the parents good, parents good, both brown. This is explain the first child. Yeah. Does that explain the second child? No. Does it explain the third child?
Teal.
It says teal. That third child. Now you could argue that the person saying green doesn't know the difference between teal and green, which, given the people and their ability to do colors, might be a reasonable thing. I myself don't think that taupe exists as a real color. People say it does, but it doesn't. It's just a weird kind of brown. Taupe. Teal is also not a real color. It's basically blue or it's green. Pick one. Stop being silly. But this, if we just go that this is true, does this explain it? No, it doesn't explain. It only explains the first child. So that we've got. Let's make this one. This is the pink one. This is the green one. So pink explained parents, blue eyes and brown eyes. Green explained parents, brown eyes, not blue eyes, not green eyes. And so of the two, which one explains the most?
One I made.
What did you make?
Capital B, capital
Oh,
lowercase.
let me go.
You can do the same thing.
Okay, capital B,
Lowercase
lowercase
b,
b,
and capital B, lowercase b.
capital B, lowercase b. Isn't that this one?
Yeah, that's why I said explains the most.
How? Oh, sorry. I thought you meant you had one that you could explain all three.
I do have one.
Okay.
Okay, so we look at that one.
Yeah.
We look at the one I made, and so now we use CRISPR to take out the two lowercase b's after having another child.
Fair enough. CRISPR. Another one. I heard it was said, but nobody proposed it. Maybe you'll propose.
Like mine is like the parents are not all brown, but the children are all like certified condition.
Oh. Okay. What is?
Like
The reason CRISPR will not actually work as an answer is because CRISPR, as of yet, doesn't do this.
They're adopted.
What if one of them?
That's a future one.
CRISPR can do it.
Okay, what's your thing?
They're adopted.
but uppercase B, lowercase b,
Uppercase B, lowercase b.
and lowercase g, lowercase b.
G, B. So teal and brown. And what do you get?
Uppercase B, lowercase g, and
Oh, how do you decide what order the letters go in when they're both lowercase?
Dominant versus.
Pardon?
Alphabetical.
Alphabetical order. If neither of them are dominant, then you just use something arbitrary and they decided alphabetical order.
it should be uppercase B and lowercase g.
This says teal. Does that fit our best? Hold it.
It's uppercase B and lowercase g, sorry.
Oh, this is uppercase B, lowercase g.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that means I got way too excited, started writing, and then you switched it on me.
But
Fully disappointed.
that's not the parent.
Yeah.
So they
No.
do
You're not Esther. Esther's explained. Okay, Esther. We have B G, B G, B B.
Uppercase B and lowercase g.
Right. I did the same mistake twice. Sorry. B
G.
G.
They have three.
Uh, So, GG. Julian, you're back. B,
Is that
B.
possible for lowercase g and lowercase b, like together, but differently?
Sorry?
Like, isn't that
That's teal.
the dominance?
So, this would be brown. This is green. This is brown. And this is teal. Now, this cross does explain green. You have included one of the parents. Does this explain the parents? No. Does it explain the children?
What? Two of them.
It explains two of them. So, what is the likely explanation? Yes.
Wait,
Yes?
is it possible for the parents to have brown eyes with a recessive trait as teal?
Is it possible to teal is not a gene, it's a mixture.
But like, can they have like brown eyes with like teal also?
They could have brown eyes with green or brown eyes with blue as recessive, but they can't have brown eyes with teal. In this example, I'm saying there is no single gene for teal. Teal is what you guessed when you mix blue and green. Now, was which one G? Here, we have one that explains. We have one that explains all the parents and two of the children. We have one that explains all of the parents and one of the children. And we have one that explains neither parent, because of those two parents, could this be one of the parents? Yes. However, does this explain all of the children?
I have a
No. And of our two most likely, none of those are in there, because they're most likely to get both brown and blue. That is the wrong type of brown to do that. So this is like, it just explains the child. Yes?
What if we go capital B, lowercase g, capital B, lowercase b. So
Hold it, wait. B, G,
and then
B,
B.
B?
Yeah, do B.
Upper or lower?
Lower.
Okay. B.
My solution here is it makes one brown. It makes. Wait, no, that makes teal. Okay, wait, no, that still works. So then the BG parent.
Okay, so hold it. This explains the parents. It explains one of the children, and it explains two children.
I still have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
And then the BG parent
Yeah.
goes and makes another offspring with someone with a BG trait. He cheats on his wife.
Oh. Hold it.
I think outside the box here.
Bro.
No, they all cheat. They all cheat. At the
They're
end.
all just out there cheating away.
BG with another BG.
Okay.
Which makes the green one.
Finds another
This would work here. This works.
baby mama
Yeah.
or baby daddy. For those of you who said, well, it has to be the mom, because how would it be? I have the pleasure of knowing a family in which dad one day came home and said, by the way, we have a baby. And he came home with the baby. It was his affair baby, and the mom took off, and he had basically a month-old baby. And the mom didn't divorce him and was like, yep, we got another baby, and they all grew up together. Yeah, I don't get it. She seemed happy. He seemed less happy for a long time, so I don't know what happened behind the scenes. But I do know that, yeah, it could be that I'm not going to say one gender over another because I have examples. There's also one more explanation that's this is a good explanation. This explains everything.
It doesn't.
Yes.
What about kids, what is it called?
Hold it. Does this explain everything?
No.
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 This is the wrong cross.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, one more second. I'm going to finish there.
What if you have one color in one eye, one in the other?
Oh, I'll do that after.
Heterochromia, I think it's called?
Yep.
Is it just in nurture? Some genes don't express themselves at all?
Yes. So now we're getting into like more realism and more layers. If it was just like I set up the problem and I said it was incomplete dominance, so that's all you're going to consider. Under those rules, and we'd have to change this one because you're right, this wouldn't work. Because for one of them to come and get because which one are we missing on that one? We're missing blue eyes. So it's actually not that one.
I'm not done.
No.
My story isn't over, dude.
No, you're done. Yeah, done. I'm just going to rotate it because it's actually this parent.
This works though.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, but I want to tell the story, dude.
Okay, but it has to be this parent.
It's gonna be both parents.
Okay, go. How's it both parents?
So the BG
Yeah?
father cheats on his wife with a BG affair person, I guess.
Yeah?
And then the wife, she's not happy. So since she's BB, she goes cheats on his husband with a BB person,
Right.
and then they end up with blue, brown, and green. There we go.
Because if we take one parent going away, and you're saying cheats, let's keep in mind, maybe they have an open relationship. Who knows? Maybe this is entirely planned. And they could run away, and they're here, and this would work as another potential partner, because then you get a blue-eyed, but they could also have had an affair with someone who is blue-eyed, and then you'd still get more possibilities, because you would have, not there.
Keep in mind what everyone this partner is.
And if that was lowercase, you could get a 50% chance of a blue-eyed child. So there's different combinations that would work, but this problem does not work with only two parents. So that is the end result. And the most likely one is multiple parents. So if you're working from same parents, or there's adoption. This is the day in science class that the person finds, and then they go, wait a minute, I have green eyes, and my parents have, and how, but also, we also know are working out different possibilities. That's how it happened. And then they find out they're adopted, they go home, they ask their parents.
It's time to ask.
Yeah, and they're like, what are you doing? And this is, nowadays you can just get genetic testing that will tell you absolutely. Usually after Christmas is when we get all the hilarious results that come up on Reddit as people tell their stories. Like, I went and I bought my whole family genetic testing kits for Christmas because it was wonderful. And then they got tested and it turns out my brother is only my half-brother. And then they have all these crazy stories because now everybody knows who's related to who. You can tell that way very exactly. But we don't all go get genetic testing right away. You can just look at traits and figure stuff out if you know how genetics works. Now, also, how do you get one blue, one green? Number one, environment absolutely does play a part. And it could be poor person being accused of cheating because in actual, holy moly. In actual fact, the cross really could be this. And this could be both the blue-eyed and the green-eyed, teal-colored child, because it just might so happen that due to the environment and hormones and womb nutrition and growing up, that one is just expressed more than the other. And so they're both teal, but the blue is just really strong in one. The force is strong in them. And in the other one, the green was equal or stronger. Green can be a very, and there are different types of blue and green. Some are lighter, some are darker. And so you can get different combinations. It's way more complicated than real life. So just because you have teal eyes and your parents and you work it out genetically, don't immediately go accuse your parents of cheating or assume that you're adopted. There are more complexities here. And it also isn't a simple dominant and recessive with brown. There are edge cases where it's not. But in a lot of cases it is, and so you can do some easy working out. The other part is how do you get one blue, one green? You have the same genes in both eyes. It's incredibly rare, but sometimes you get the expression of the blue in one and the expression of the green in another for whatever reason, and then you get a blue-green eye. I had someone in my high school I grew up with. She was like that. I literally couldn't look her in the eye for like a whole year because it was just too startling. Her one eye was so light green it almost glowed. It looked weird, and then she would shift it like this, and I would just be like, "What are you doing?" And then I couldn't look at her. And then I had to do a group project in English 11, and I got used to it. So, but it was weird. She was weird. Only her eyes. Yeah, and there are ones, and you get something like calico cats, in which their coats are like you have like a striped cat in one part, and like the orange cat in another part. It's like their fur grew out, and that is an X chromosome trait. It only happens in females, and that's because fur color is controlled in the X chromosome, and one chromosome will shut it off in the other. But it fights over which one, so it depends. When it was just growing as an embryo, which genes won, and then those continue, and then you get that multicolored, really cool coat. But it's only females cats. Show the phenotype. What is the phenotype? We basically already did this. We did this. That was this. Why would I make you do it again? No, last one, codominance. Oh, that's what I was going to do.
Then also, how do you figure out if it's incomplete dominance or normal Mendelian genetics?
Pardon?
How do you figure it out if it's incomplete dominance or normal Mendelian genetics?
Genes, like, in the same way we know most things, we have observed these genes in nature, and so that we'll know, like, oh, this gene is almost always pure Mendelian, dominant recessive. Oh, these genes act incomplete. We see pink when we're doing flowers. By the way, a lot of the genes in flowers are not incomplete. When you see shading in flowers, often it's not the flower. Sometimes it's the colored water they put in to make the flower a certain color. So you go in and go, oh, it's blue on the tips. And then you take it home and it fades. It's because they put it in blue water. To this.
I think it remembers the problem now.
No, it's because I changed it.
Dead,
Let's see.
Go ChatGPT, go ChatGPT. Brown. The offspring have been, no, teal. What is this? What is this nonsense? What they just, there's nonsense.
Yeah, they did extend the table.
This is what I wanted to do.
Yeah, actually, in one sense, clever. What they immediately did is they did something called a dihybrid cross. They assumed that there's two genes. It just made the assumption there are two genes for eye color, and now they're interacting. So you can have brown, blue, brown, green, and now you have multiple genes. As far as I don't think eye color does have a dihybrid cross, so you are wrong. However, fairly clever. If a student came up with that, I'd be like, that's reasonably clever.
Didn't you specify you didn't want a dihybrid cross?
Yeah, I did. Oh, right.
So,
No, you stupid again. I said, no dihybrid. Oh. My content was removed.
You're gonna get banned from ChatGPT, dude.
I'm sorry.
Just say you hate dihybrid crosses. Oh.
I'm sorry again. I now just lost all my grandchildren.
To an atomic bomb.
They did.
I don't think
Stay home.
Wilbur
DED?
do that.
Old enough? I mean, like, it's a secret, but like, you're old enough
Yeah.
To die?
to have children.
Oh.
I mean, the youngest person had a child at 5.
Yeah.
We don't need
That,
to
I mean, that shouldn't be old enough, but and some of that might be the hormones in the water. And I could put up the thing of the guy saying, they're making the frogs gay. We have more hormones in our water because of the sheer amount of birth control humans are taking, and then when they urinate out and it goes into our sewer systems, there's actually quite a lot of progesterone and progesterone and estrogen in the water. That works its way into the water cycle and doesn't break down fast enough. Then you get estrogen and progesterone in the water. And then the boys who are running around going, no, you can't touch a receipt. Yeah, you're drinking estrogen in the water, so like, who cares? And that has been causing some really early development. But when they re-looked at that, I think about 5 years ago, it's starting to call into question. Some of it is just really good nutrition. For a lot of our history as a human species, we've had really bad nutrition, as in we go through periods of starvation. If you have good nutrition your entire life and you never starve, your body starts upping signals to go like, you can have kids now. Like, let's go. Like the opposite of what I mentioned before about abusing my own children to make the grandchildren live longer. The body's now like, no, your environment's great. Have kids now. Just get them out of the way. Have more. Keep going. Because that's all evolution really cares about. They don't care if you go to university or you get an education or you have a good life. They just care that you have a lot of children surviving. So, thank you all for not having children right now.
No problem.
And choosing your education. You're all exercising right now an excellent form of birth control, which is called abstinence, because you are all currently not having sex in my classroom. Thank you. Well done. And I hope you provide some sort of method for when you're outside of my classroom, regardless of what that might be. Yes.
So does that mean there's nothing wrong with touching receipts?
The amount you get off a receipt is like negligible. You don't have to
Wait,
worry.
so you cash it out?
No, I speak in a way that scientists speak is like, I've never seen a study that would worry about it either way. I don't care if it's asbestos or a deadly poison. If you touch a receipt, the amount that you're going to come in contact with is so low. It's not a word. It's not a word. And most places say, would you like your receipt anyway? Okay, we're going to do the last one because I like that example. We spent a fair amount of time. But this is codominance. What's the difference between codominance and incomplete dominance? What color is those flowers?
Mixed.
Red and white. Not pink. Codominant. Red and white. When both traits are equally expressed. So we have a red flower and a white flower, and in this case, we have red and we have white. I can't write in white on a whiteboard, so I'm going to use black. We have red, white, and we get so red, white, red with white splotch. Whew. Parent cross. What are you drumming? I hear someone clearly drumming and then no. So the parent cross, codominance, everything's shown in uppercase. Don't yawn. You make everybody else yawn. It makes me feel bad because then I start thinking I'm boring. I might be boring, but you shouldn't tell me.
Was it two different genes?
Well, it's always been two different genes.
Is it like two different symbols, like R?
Yeah, and two different letters.
What?
Well, how would you... Imagine how confusing it would be if I said this was red and that was white. We have to use another letter.
R for white.
Why?
I just used lowercase R for
but it's not. It's not recessive. So you have to use a capital, and you can't do that. So that means that we have to use capital W, which looks a lot like the lowercase w. But we will show it with size. So F1 mating to show the F2 generation. Please label your traits or draw the flower. Put in the F1 mating, and below it put in the phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio, as we have been doing. And that is our last one. I will post the answers tonight or today for your last worksheet. Reminder, your quiz is on. You didn't get a new worksheet, no. The old one on protein synthesis. Yep. Looks like this. Now, the only part, this just has you describing them. So I'll post an answer key to it. You will get to bring it to the quiz. This worksheet. You can come up and get one. I got one. We've had them out for. Well, hold it. I definitely handed it out.
No, I get it.
What?
You're mistaken.
No, like we worked on it in class.
Nah.
2 weeks ago.
We did this. We get on it as well.
Bounty. If anybody shows me a worksheet with work on it from previous to today, I will increase your grade by whole percent.
Really? I didn't do it, so.
Yeah, we did this on the board.
We did this one
We had this on
Yeah.
the board, so we didn't get it.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, like, I definitely know your line, but there's so many of you, I can easily be outvoted. And I have so many copies. It's like I had exactly one class.
Ooh, we forgot to give it to a class.
I am now in the ultimate teacher dilemma. Do I admit I was wrong,
Yes.
You know you're wrong.
Twice.
or do I blame it on you in some way?
Admit you're wrong and postpone the test.
Well, I mean, I'm going to post the answers. You have prep tonight. Next class, Saturday. And so you have 2 preps between now and then.
What if I have other tests?
When's your other? It's a quiz. When do you have it?
I think I have one.
My class says I didn't hand out a worksheet.
Tell him your great grandchildren.
All of them. And I had 30 copies of the worksheet. So they might be right. However, I need a clever reason why it's wrong, why they are wrong, or why it is their fault because they are bad children. Oh wait. No.
Summarize.
Not light and constructive. Dark and destructive. I understand that you're really frustrated, and I want to acknowledge that. It's tough when things go wrong, and it feels like you're blamed for something that's not your fault. However, leaning into dark and destructive, you want to... Oh, there. Yeah, that's classic teacher. Still did it. Still did it. Even though it told me not to, still did it. I handed out the worksheets, but clearly some of you decided not to take responsibility for receiving them. Maybe next time you should double check before blaming others for your own neglect. You should have noticed not getting the worksheet.
Our fault.
Oh wow.
Dude, why are you handing us a packet?
I'm going to say the quiz is still on Saturday because I'm going to put you. I'll put up the answers. If there anybody who has an actual major test on Friday and doesn't feel really prepared for it, see me. And I may do something individual because it might actually have been my fault. I'm disturbed because my Saturday birthday present to myself was to give all my classes a quiz. Sad.
Is it your birthday on Saturday?
February 1st.
Do you want me
That's
to?
today.
No.
No?
There's 31 days in January.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want me
Okay.
to go to a birthday?
Show me your work before you go.
Okay. Done.
Not before you go. But the ball hasn't gone yet. You can't go.
Wait, so is the diahammer cross just a 4x4?
4x4.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
There's the other example.
Oh yeah, you can do a dihybrid cross. But I said no dihybrid cross.
So ChatGPT is a dog.
Well, it doesn't. ChatGPT is a giant list of if-then statements. It's not actually.
I know what an if statement is because I'm.
Excellent. Put in the traits and what it is that you're doing that.
I know how to play. I don't know.
How'd you get here?
No, you're right. No. That's the F1. I already did that. You're taking these.
Spice. Dude, oh, how is spice so fast?
So much. It's actually really good. It's
But your phenotypic ratio
This
is.
is direct.
No, I know.
No cats in the
I'll chat with you. I'll
On
chat
that
with
one,
you.
just McDonald thing.
It's belongs to children.
I'll chat with
It's
you.
just spice.
So you're doing good.
I don't call my friend, it's a Gerard, that's what.
Yeah, RW, RW. RW, RW.
Mr. T.R.
RW, RW. Put in the ratio.
You can get it with one of those.
And the traits. RW, these all have to be capitalized because those are all dominant. Dominants are always capitalized. How are you feeling today? Because you went skiing yesterday with strep throat. I'm feeling a bit better. Yeah, so as long as you're getting better. Huh? Okay. RW. Since I didn't give you the sheet, or maybe I did, it's all your fault. There's a mistake on the sheet.
Sometimes when you're
On the back.
you have to.
Second box over, it says tier. Okay, that's wrong. It should be here. Kerosene. Okay, right there. Right there.
Wow.
Is it taro seed or trying
Cheers.
Oh man.
I don't get it.
Wait, can I try?
Yep. It won't be 3-1.
Yeah.
Although it won't be 3-1. Because these are not the same as that. That's red.
So what?
These are red. They're red and white.
Is it the
So 1-2-1. Yeah. Thank you very much. I hope our problem was entertaining.
No, what's that? It really didn't work.
Well, it worked because I rubbed that part of the board, right? If you don't rub it, you don't get it. Oh, don't, because if you put your oils on there, it actually ruins it. Yeah. No, it works really well clean. So when I put it on a random spot, this is also rubbed. It won't work. And you know this, just like rubbing, when you rub things together. Cool. Enjoy assembly.
Mr. Neufeld,
Yep.
I found your present and I want to show you how
Yep. You'll have to pick it up either like one of the desks in a future class or
Yo, Mr. Neufeld.
in
I love
I needed to put the answers on here while you're going, so that if you watch the live stream, you can finish it off. So what do we have? We have our red, we have our red and white, and we have our white. We have our white. And both of them, because since every type of genotype is reflected in the phenotype, it is a 1 to 2 to 1 ratio. So for codominance and incomplete dominance, the genotypic ratios and the phenotypic ratios generally tend to be exactly the same, unless you have something else funky.